They weren't kidding about it being rocky, that's for sure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The wind gets knocked out of you. Fuck. I think I might wait here. I'm just too tired. I'm gonna get even more tired and like... I don't know, man. I'm tired and I ran out of water too.
It may be better to just do SOS.
Yeah. That obviously did not go as planned. I do want to say up front that even though I do not regret hitting the SOS button, I do regret using the resources, the public resources that a helicopter rescue causes. I want to say that up front because I don't want to make a light of that, and yeah, I feel bad about it, but I don't feel bad about pressing the button once I was in that situation. I do feel bad about getting myself into that situation, which is the mistake that I made. The footage currently in the background is the fairly gnarly downhill that will come up later on in my explanation of what happened here. To give you a brief summary, because I'm not trying to make you watch the whole video if you're not interested, basically what you saw in the intro is what happened. I went down the downhill, there was a bunch of challenging terrain, I ran out of water, I ended up calling a helicopter or hitting the SOS button. I don't have any good footage of the helicopter ride or anything like that. I didn't want to be the content creator asshole who's trying to, film and do things like that while I'm getting help. So there's no good footage of that. I'll put some chapters in the video so you can skip around to the portions that you're interested in. So, an overview of what happened. This was a off-road day ride starting at 9 in the morning out of Temecula, and we'd been riding for several hours already. I forget exactly how many hours. I think this was probably a little after noon or something like that. So a few hours of riding. I had started with a full bladder of water. It was a day that was fairly cold. This is in the sort of wintry season here in LA. And in fact, I was freezing my ass off getting to Temecula in time for the KSU. I had, the same amount of water that I normally bring. And, especially with it being cold, I wasn't really too worried about running out of water. Although, obviously, that turned out to be wrong. So, several hours in, and it wasn't clear to me that we were going to go down a canyon way. I knew that was going to be a gnarly downhill. It wasn't clear to me that there was literally no other way up. I don't know if anybody's clearly said that or not. Maybe they did, but for whatever reason, it wasn't entirely clear to me. So when the terrain started getting more difficult, it wasn't so difficult that I felt like turning back necessarily, right? It was definitely stretching my abilities. Like, it was very stony, rocky. There were sort of these little rock shelf drops here and there. And I was a little bit worried about getting back up, but I assumed there was a different way out. And I was also just feeling great in general. I wasn't tired or anything like that. And so I sort of decided to keep going. I was also obviously with a group. I wasn't alone and so on. So that started out pretty decent. I did make the mistake of stopping, going downhill. I was getting a little bit too close to other people in front of me, and I decided to stop for a bit, and then I managed to tip my bike over while being still, basically. Shows you how clueless I still am at this. And, had some trouble getting it back up, and I ended up tipping it over again while struggling. So that was my first, drop of the day. And, I started getting a little bit tired, breathing a lot and so on. But, no big deal. That happens when you're out. It wasn't really a big deal. it was just the beginning of what was about to happen overall. Once we got down to the bottom of the canyon, the terrain turned from being fairly rocky, gnarly downhill to just being sandy for the most part. That some stones here and there and things like that, but basically fairly sandy. And I took a few wrong turns a couple of times, had to turn around in the sand. I ended up getting stuck a couple of times. I dropped the bike, I think once, maybe twice additionally. And I was starting to get tired. It turns out that even though it was very cold, or it was a cold, wintry climate, for whatever reason, it just got pretty warm down in the canyon. I don't know if that was a canyon thing or if it was just the weather that day, but it was pretty warm, and I was definitely exerting myself with the bike and getting the rear wheel stuck and picking it up and multiple times and so on. At some point, I started to feel that something was off. Like I wasn't just exhausted or tired. I just felt sort of vaguely queasy, kind of, and I could tell that my heart rate was up compared to what it should be. I was getting too exhausted, and I was beginning to feel like these seem like the kind of symptoms, a small version of the symptoms that I had once before, which was the very first time I ever was on a dirt bike. And I wasn't anticipating how much of an exercise it would be, and I was trying to not drink too much because I didn't have toilets nearby or whatever. After that, I started bringing a crap ton of water whenever I went dirt biking. But I recognized the beginnings of those symptoms, right? And I believe that's kind of the beginning towards sort of heat exhaustion, heat stroke, whatever. So I decided to stop and just have the folks pick me up on the way back. So I just basically, I'm gonna eat my snack, I'm gonna drink some more water, I'm gonna sit there for a while, and I'm gonna join up with the group as they come back. I did feel a little bit better after resting for a bit, having that snack and having that water, but I could tell that even feeling better, I was still in this mode where even a little bit of exertion, like pushing the bike a little bit, things like that, would cause me to ventilate a lot, like breathe heavily, and I could tell that even minor exertion would cause me to become pretty tired and kind of exhausted. And when the group came back and I went back with them, I can't remember if I dropped the bike once on the way out or not, but I stopped a few times. Somebody else dropped the bike. I tried to help a little bit, although I was very tired. Somewhere along the way, I realized I was out of water, so I was trying to drink more water because of the obvious reasons that I just discussed, and I ran out, and it was surprising to me. I just had the water in my bladder, so I didn't have extra water separately, which I am now taking every time I go out off-roading. I have extra water, not just for more amount, but just to guarantee that I can run out and still have more. Not just having more in the bladder, but having something outside of the bladder, which guarantees that I'm aware that I'm running out of water. But I didn't have that at the time. By the time we got back to the canyon, to the bottom of the canyon where the uphill was going to be, again, had been out of water for a while at this point. I was like super parched. The other folks in the group gave me some water. They couldn't spare too much because they were also tired and they didn't have a huge amount of water either, right? And they needed to get up. And even though I got some extra water, like I could tell, like I'm at the limit here, and I had a choice before me. I could either walk up, which if I had more water, that would be absolutely fine. Like just leave the bike, walk up. I'll be a bit tired or whatever, but like I'll be fine. The other option was to try to ride up, but because of the nature of this terrain, it was going to get challenging to ride up. Like I knew it was going to be challenging. I'm pretty sure that I could decently make it back up if I was like in tip-top shape, but with the amount of tiredness that I felt, like I was incredibly exhausted at this point. For one thing, I didn't think it was necessarily safe. Like I'm probably likely to make very weird mistakes or screw up in various ways because I'm so tired. But also if I push myself even more, the worry is that now I could get so dehydrated that it becomes much more of an urgent medical problem, basically, right? So I was kind of explaining what I was feeling to other people. I myself was leaning into the idea of maybe I need to freaking hit the button, right? And, you know, people were gonna get water, like go to ANSA and get some water, but you know, it was kind of hard to judge what was happening. Even the other people that had more experience than me off-road, some of the other folks had a lot of trouble getting back. Like, this was not easy for people to get up, and they were not in the same state of exhaustion that I was. So, and I could tell that already, right? By the time we were, like, a couple of folks were still left and we talked about what to do. So I ended up hitting the button. I was hoping they wouldn't send a helicopter, to be honest, even though, I mean, I'm a fan of helicopters, so in some sense that was a cool to get a helicopter, right? But I didn't really want that amount of, like, resources to be deployed. Really, I just needed water, and then I would feel comfortable just walking out, possibly even trying to ride out with some rest in between. All right, I'm gonna include the rest of the ride here up until the decision in a mostly unedited form. You've seen me go down the gnarly ride, or the gnarly decline. I feel like it might be interesting to just see the unedited version and sort of maybe bring you through how everything went from being fine to sort of feeling like I'm exhausted, because it snuck up on me, kind of like a boiling frog type situation. So if you're interested, you can watch that. Again, I've got chapters below, so you can skip over it easily. I will get back to the experience of hitting the SMS button. I'll show you the texts back and forth and what the response what the communication with the emergency response was like, and so on. You can just skip to that if you're interested. And one final point of clarification: there's a helicopter you might hear in the background here and there, even prior to the rescue. That's because there was apparently some horse, literally a horse, that they were looking for. Different helicopter unrelated to my SOS. Is this what they mean up there? I don't know. Yeah.
Take a break.
I need to breathe.
I think we lean it over as far as possible.
Yeah. I wasn't sure where we were going.
You can hook up comms. Unless you're hooked up with that.
Sorry, I need to breathe.
Oh no, me too, man. That stuff is kind of crazy. Oh, good. Kind of dodge the rocks.
Yeah.
The easiest way is probably the best.
Where's that?
It's just kind of a little rock gap.
Maybe. I don't know, it looks a little bit gnarly too.
Yeah.
I think I might go around. Okay.
I dropped my mic way over there. I went too fast and
Yeah, I saw you drop it, but then I was stuck anyway.
Jesus.
Thank you, man, for keeping me company.
Oh no, it's all good. I just want to make this do it.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Just that's for yourself.
Sorry for holding you up. Yeah. How far before we turn back? Do you know? Sorry.
I have it on my GPS. Yeah, I have GPS.
Okay.
I saw you Josh was all loose. Just sticking out. Shit over here.
Thanks, man. Fuck. Shit. fuck? Yeah. Whew.
Is that gasoline leaking out?
Sorry?
Is that gasoline leaking out?
Where?
Is that gasoline right here? It's coming out.
Oh. Maybe, but then what the fuck? I haven't hit it.
No, I think it's just overflowing from one tank to the other. Countdown.
Yeah. Do you mind checking if it's leaking? It is?
It could be just coming from the overflow. Mine does that occasionally.
Yeah, I think so.
It's slowing down.
I think I should turn back. I'm already worried about going back up that thing.
The one guy, he asked me, he's like, hey, is there a bailout? I said, I think there is one, and the guy at the front said, instead of going back up that, there's a way we can circumvent it on lower ground.
Okay.
But it's up front. This is how far we are.
Whew.
That's good. We got it. Bailey's Canyon, or the cabin, they're probably waiting us for us right here. That's where the cabin is.
And how far is that? One mile. Okay.
We'll try to get to the end, and then.
And there was definitely a bailout, you said.
Well, that's what he was saying. Let me see. Cool. So that path up. I think this is where we came down. The steep part. I don't know which bailout he might be referring to. Maybe this one. But I think that's further up the hill.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? There's a mile that way. If you wait here, they'll eventually come back this way. But it is a mile that way.
I think I might wait here.
You want to wait here?
For the group to come back.
Okay.
I'm just too tired. I'm gonna get even more tired and like.
You want me to get you in a position that you could go that way?
Sure, just in case. Thank you.
And I'll go up there and tell them that you're waiting. On three. 1, 2,
3. Thank you. And that way. Thank you so much.
I'll try to tell them.
And here I'm cutting out a bunch of time on me just eating my snack and drinking a bunch of water.
Whew. What time is it? 12:30.
4 hours before the rain.
Yeah.
I want to be on that hill on the rain.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Out of all the days that I want to get stuck somewhere, today is not it.
I mean, they got 890s too. They got a KLR, but they can ride pretty good.
Yeah. I think the uphill is gonna be okay, as long as I'm not too tired. That's the thing.
My problem is I keep bottoming out on the ledges.
Yeah. There were a few drops. Like most of that hill, I think is gonna work fine going uphill. But there were a couple of places where like we just dropped down like big shelves.
Because I was thinking on the way down, there's paths on the right or left.
Yeah.
I don't want to fall off on the left.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that was more than I thought we were gonna go.
I mean, even that first section was just rocks. Man, it's a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah, that part felt totally comfortable. The thing here is just like, it's just the worry that you can't get up again. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and then you push it up.
Yeah, but that's going to be so much work.
I'm glad Alex didn't come.
Yeah.
I felt so bad that I took him on that ride. Was Bailey Canyon to Cleghorn?
Oh, Alexander.
Yeah. Really, the second turn, he turned wide.
So that was Cleghorn that you went to?
It was a trail that was going to go to Cleghorn.
Okay.
And when I hit the hill, I was like, oh, dude. Luckily, he could ride home.
Yeah. Seems like he's recovering.
Yeah. And I forget his name. The guy with the Suzuki.
Oh, not.
He goes by.
Oh, his real name?
I don't know his real name. I think it's Manuel or something.
I think that's right. Yeah.
The poor guy broke his arm. So good.
Yeah. The bees are definitely out today. Whew.
Hopefully we're not in their way, or they're taking the main road back. The main road, because that's like if you follow the path from the canyon, like you can see the tracks.
Yeah, it seems like it's just there, right? Because Google Maps. So are you waiting for them here or waiting for them over there?
We'll see. Either way, we could go that way.
Yeah.
Get my helmet on.
I think that must be them.
Yeah. Yep, here they are.
I'm good. I could tell I was getting too tired. So like, I don't want to even get super tired and then try to get up that incline.
Yeah.
Because I dropped it like, well, went the wrong way a couple of times and had to turn around, and then I dropped it, and like I'm too tired if I keep going.
Are you staying hydrated?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took some snacks. I've been drinking, so.
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and we'll just follow you and help you. So go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm gonna go can I go the main canyon route the back then? So whenever the big route, I just follow it to the left?
Yeah, once you see the tracks coming out the left, you'll go left up, and then that'll take you up towards the hill.
Okay.
We don't have much farther in the wash.
So let's see. So okay, well I know roughly where I came from, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Or do you want to go first and I can follow?
What?
Do you want to go first and I can follow?
Yeah, sure. Let me put my
And or did you want to do you want to take a different route?
I know. Well, that's the only way. There's only one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to.
It's just if I take the wrong turn, that's another like turning the bike around.
It is unfortunate that there's only one way, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough. Yeah, we'll help you. There's enough of us to help. Just follow me, and then. Yeah, just take your time. Luckily, you can dab down, and just dab down where you have to.
Yeah, I think most of the uphill I think is fine. We'll see. There were a few drops where I'm wondering, like shelves, but we'll see.
Yeah. Just look for the good line. And in the sand, just don't be afraid to, fucking wick it.
Yeah. What was that?
Your tire's a little bald. It isn't helping you.
Yeah, it's time to switch them again. Oops.
Grab onto this. This is strong.
Maybe let's just start pushing it at first.
Grab this.
Yeah.
Okay. Just keep going, keep it moving all the way through till we get to the hard sand. More gas. Okay. You got it now?
Thank you.
Sorry to running.
Whew.
I meant up there. I meant up there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Stuck in the hole.
Oh yeah.
I had to tip it over.
Whew.
Tired, are you? Let's put your bike back up.
Yeah, stuck in this hole.
Let's put it to here. We can. The three of us can make it over there.
Where can I?
So now we just got to get around the hole.
Yeah, I was in the hole. I made it deeper.
Okay.
How do you want to do it?
Just lift the tire over 12 inches and then he's out of the hole. And we'll help you. Okay. What's heavy?
Are you doing up
We're
forwards?
gonna move it to there.
Oh, I see.
The back tire. Out of the hole.
1, 2.
Oh, shit.
Whoops. Oh.
Maybe you can ride it out. Of the hole where that's pushing. Because it's too heavy to lift.
Let me just see if we can push it up.
Well,
Hope it's not flooded.
start it. Okay. Yeah, woo! Okay, now go across my bike and then we'll help you get through this. We'll put our hands on it. You get it to here, we'll try to follow this line.
Whoa. Sorry?
You want me to ride your bike through this?
I think I'm fine.
Okay. I haven't tried this yet, but anyway.
took a lot of my energy. This hole. Boys at this hole.
I'm just tired.
I know. Up there's a flex one. All I had to do was keep left and I messed up.
What's that?
All I had to do was keep left and I messed up.
Yeah.
In the middle.
I'm out of water now too, apparently.
Oh yeah? I got extra, which is good.
Sorry?
I got extra if you need water.
Here you go. Okay.
It's in my other pouch. You wanna work it on the side and I'll help you push up?
I was gonna walk down the right side.
The right side's good too. You just have to get up.
Watch your eyes though, yeah.
From here, so ride it up.
Sorry? Yeah. Whew.
Are you okay? Are you good?
Holy shit. I am crazy tired. Does he need help? Okay. 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 Yeah, I'm so tired. I don't want to exert myself either. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Did I? Yes, I did. So was that?
gotta ride this thing. I love that.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I don't know, man. I'm tired and I ran out of water too.
What I'm telling Brian is, we gotta think because there's rain on the way. You know, you're hot. You go from hot to freezing, and like I said, hypothermia. There's already that other bike I think needs to be driven out of here, and you're just beating the bike up. But look at this. This isn't easy, right?
And that's where I took the helmet off, so the rest of this footage is not very interesting, so I'm gonna cut forward to somebody offering to help me get the bike out of the little rut that I had put it in, or the little ditch that I'd put it in.
You good? Oh, keys. Oh, it's in there, yeah.
I'm just gonna get it up like right there.
Yeah, just out of the way, yeah.
Do you have the rally package on this?
Yes. It should be in rally mode. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You sure? The leg is fine?
Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
One. I need a hand guard.
That's okay.
I think your flute plays off too.
A little bit. I was like, I was gonna fix that tomorrow, actually.
Maybe you just get it up there.
I hope so.
We'll give you a whole holder.
Holy shit, I'm tired.
And over the next 30 minutes maybe or something, or 20 minutes, we were discussing back and forth and eventually decided that I would hit the SMS button. So let me take you through how that communication with emergency services and Garmin worked out. So this is the beginning of the exchange. The very first message you see is automatically sent. That wasn't me typing it up. Feel free to pause the video if you want to read. I'm not going to necessarily linger on every single word. As you'll see as you read through, I basically got in touch with them, gave them basic information. They in turn contacted emergency services, and they sort of told me to keep them up to date and to await an ETA. As it happened, I didn't really hear back with an ETA from Garmin. I just heard the helicopter coming and the sheriff department contacted me directly. And here is my exchange with the sheriff department. As you can tell from the exchange, I didn't know that they were in fact sending a helicopter until I heard it coming. So I didn't have any chance to tell them that I just need water basically, right? I mean, that might not have been an option anyway, but yeah, this is when I felt bad that they actually sent a helicopter, which is what I was afraid of. Here's the very brief footage I do have of the helicopter. At the end here, I will include some of the footage of me sitting in front of the Jeep, of the kind souls who helped me get the bike out the day after. So this is mostly just so you can see the terrain and what it looks like from a down going upwards perspective. I'm glad I made the decision I did overall, because the terrain was just gnarly enough that in my exhausted state, I just don't think it would have gone particularly well. You know, in general, I knew that this happens to people. Water suddenly runs out. It can happen faster than you think and so on. Despite that, I really thought that I had well enough water, more than enough water, especially with the weather. So it was interesting to experience this actually happening, despite the fact that I have been sort of careful in some sense. Apparently I wasn't careful enough, so lesson learned. If you have any questions, or if you want to complain at my utter irresponsibility, feel free to comment below. I will leave you with the rest of this Jeep ride up the trail. Yeah, bikes are always faster than four-wheelers.
Yeah. That's the advantage of a motorcycle. They cover a lot more ground.
Makes me feel a little better that he's at least going, like he's not flying through. It's at least somewhat difficult for him, it seems like.
Yeah, Travis is a pretty good rider. Like I said, when I saw he was coming up, I go, yeah, Travis have no problem. He's probably one of the few guys I'd call to bail my ass out if I needed it.
Good to know.
I think he likes the challenge.
Yeah, one of the other guys got out of it, but like cramping arms and legs and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was gnarly for a few of the people in the group.
I don't think Brian probably expected it to be this rough coming down there. But Brian's a very good rider too. So, see, the funny part is, so the Flying Monkey Adventure Riders, me and Jesse started it.
Oh, I see.
So, and then Tristan started riding with us a lot. So it was me and Jesse, and Tristan kind of ran the whole program. But I don't know. Then Brian come along. He rents from me where his shop is. Brian does.
I see.
And they kept riding harder and harder and harder stuff. It seems like most of the time. I mean, it's not stuff I enjoy doing that much anymore. So
I just sold my 501 a couple days ago, and still got a 690.
Oh, you have a 690. Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
It's a great bike. I've had that one since 2017. It's got like 30,000 miles on it.
Is it sort of good enough that you can use it as if it's an ADV bike, like going hours on the freeway, and that feels okay, or do you use it as kind of a heavier dirt bike?
I mean, I've ridden it to Big Bear. I've ridden it to Johnson Valley. Would I hop on it and ride it for 4 or 5 hours? Probably not.
Yeah.
The newer ones are better. The newer one, the motor's counterbalanced, so I think riding it on the freeway long distances is more doable. But I don't know. I've got Harleys if I want to ride on the street, you know, or I've got trucks and trailers if I want to go to mow
Right.
and go ride my motorcycles. So I don't do that much street riding on those bikes. But a heavier dirt bike, I mean, to be able to, you know, ride a couple hundred miles in a day, it's more comfortable than a 500.
Yeah.
And I put the Rally Raid gas tank under the seat, so we go to Death Valley and ride for a couple hundred miles and never have to worry about fuel.
Right. I was looking at it for that reason, being able to sort of get closer to a dirt bike, but still be able to ride it.
Yeah, the new ones I think are totally doable.
Yeah.
With the newer engine and stuff in them.
Yeah.
And I thought about selling my older 690 and just buying one new bike. I might. I don't know. Shit, I'm going to be 63 years old this year, so I don't know how much more dirt biking I got in me.
Fair enough. I gotta hurry.
Yeah. It's fun though. But yeah, this trail's worse than it used to be. I guarantee you that. Old Brian bringing you guys down here, that's kind of crazy. But that's why we call it a Brian ride. And you never know what somebody's experience level is, honestly. You know, it used to be the guys that talked the most rode the worst. You know, when we go out and do big rides, it's like the one guy that shows up and he's like, oh yeah, I won the Baja 1000 last week, and you get about 50 feet into a sand pit and the guy's on his head. And you're like, okay, well, let's... Yeah, dirt bikes are no place to have an ego, because you just gotta, you know...
You gotta stay within your limits.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, and it hurts not to be in your limits. And Brian likes to take people out of their limits. He's a good guy, but he's a good rider too. And it's easy for him to, you know, what was he on yesterday riding?
Something smallish, I think. I forget what it was exactly. Maybe a DRZ or something like that.
He has a Cove.
Might have been a Cove.
Yeah.
It was a white graphics.
That might be what it was. Or he's also got a 450. And he's also got, I think he still has an 890.
It is hard to, like, I'm still sort of young enough to riding that I still remember what was difficult when I started out, right?
Right.
But even though I'm only like lower end intermediate maybe or something like that at the moment,
Right.
I can see how it becomes, like, you kind of become blind to how, like, a year-old me would not like what I would be capable of, right? And sometimes I catch myself realizing that, like, oh, this is actually hard. I would have had a ton of trouble with something even just then, right? Even though, and like, so when you're like an expert, like an actual expert,
Yeah.
I can't imagine like what that feels like.
Yeah, the Jeep stuff's kind of the same thing. You take it for granted after a while.
What are what happens when people go outside of the limits for Jeeps? Do they roll? Do they get hurt, or do they just get stuck? Like, what's the sort of consequences?
Roll, crash.
Yeah.
It depends where they're at. But I mean, some of these big events that have, you know, we call them spotters basically to help people through stuff. You know, you try not to take anybody on a trail you don't think they're capable of doing. So.
Yeah.
a stock Jeep would be able to do this. You just have to be careful in a few spots. Or you get
This one is heavily modified?
Yeah, it's got like 1-ton axles under it. 40. A stock Jeep tire is 32 inches in diameter. These are 42 inches in diameter.
Ah.
So a stock Jeep's about 80 inches wide. This one's 92 inches wide. It does have a supercharger on it too, but that really doesn't matter much for driving it off-road.
Right.
It's just more for when you're on the road. Hope you don't drive this one on the road hardly at all anymore. Yeah, if my Gladiator was in California, I'd have just drove that probably, but it's sitting at my house in Utah. And it's totally capable of driving down there. But I didn't know how wet it was going to be out here either.
Yeah, we just managed to beat I think the rain is probably going to hit us here in like within the hour probably.
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe beat it.
Wait for us, Travis. Yeah, right.
I think we're out of the north.